The British royal family has experienced its fair share of controversies, scandals, and disagreements over the years. However, nothing could have prepared the monarchy for a scandal that emerged not from a royal palace, but from a child's innocent words. What began as a casual family gathering soon turned into one of the most emotionally charged royal disputes in years. This event put family loyalty against royal duty, pitting Princess Charlotte against Camilla's granddaughter, and bringing to light a dramatic clash within the royal ranks. The incident took place at a private royal event attended by senior members of the family and their children. Initially, the atmosphere was light-hearted and filled with laughter, with the royal children playing and the gardens basking in sunlight. However, as the gathering progressed, tensions between the royal children began to surface. Camilla's granddaughter, who had recently become more involved in royal events, made a series of cutting remarks aimed at Princess Charlotte. What seemed like innocent teasing soon turned into something far more hurtful. One staff member described the behavior as deliberate and malicious, intending to hurt rather than joke. Shortly afterward, Princess Charlotte was seen in tears, clinging to her mother, Kate, visibly distressed by the insults. Kate, known for her protective nature towards her children, was said to be deeply shaken by the incident. However, it was Prince William's reaction that stunned everyone. In an unprecedented move, he revoked the honorary royal privileges previously granted to Camilla's granddaughter, including access to royal residencies and invitations to events. This was a bold, personal decision aimed at sending a clear message. No one would harm his children. Camilla, who was reportedly furious, saw this as an attack on her bloodline, especially from her stepson, William, whom she believed had accepted her position in the royal family. King Charles, caught between his wife and his heir, remained silent, worried that any further discord would weaken the monarchy. But for the British public, William's action was seen as a powerful declaration of parental protection. The royal affair that day was supposed to be informal, an opportunity for the family to relax away from the public eye. The gathering, held in Windsor Castle's private gardens, was a casual affair, with no formal attire or state duties. Yet, beneath the surface of croquet games and family time, old rivalry still simmered. The issue arose when Camilla's grandchildren, who were being gradually integrated into royal life after Camilla's coronation, made comments that crossed the line. Charlotte, known for her confidence and resemblance to her grandmother, Princess Diana, had been engaging with the other children until one of Camilla's granddaughters, believed to be Eliza, made a cruel remark about Charlotte's appearance. The remark about Charlotte's curtsy and attire, which Kate had carefully chosen, was followed by a comment about Kate pretending to be queen, in contrast to Camilla's actual role as queen consort. What started as playful banter soon escalated into a personal insult deeply affecting Charlotte. Kate quickly reassured her daughter, pulling her aside with fierce protectiveness. But the moment did not go unnoticed by Prince William. As Charlotte clung to Kate, visibly upset, William's expression hardened. He immediately demanded an explanation from the staff, and tensions in the garden heightened. While Camilla pretended not to have witnessed the incident, the other guests grew uneasy. The atmosphere shifted dramatically, and the laughter that had filled the air earlier was replaced by an uncomfortable silence. This was not the first time Camilla's grandchildren had made dismissive comments about the Cambridge children or Kate's parenting style. But this time, with Charlotte in tears, William's limit had been reached. The seeds of a royal rift had been sown, and with this hurtful incident, they were now on the verge of growing into a full-blown crisis. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has always been known for her composure and grace. Yet, beneath her calm exterior, she is a mother who will fiercely protect her children. The events of that afternoon proved that no matter the royal titles, parental love and defense for one's child will always take precedence. When Princess Charlotte rushed into her mother's arms, tearful and distraught, Kate's reaction shifted drastically. According to sources close to the princess, the moment Charlotte sobbed into her mother's shoulder, Kate's demeanor transformed. Gone was the composed, poised royal consort, replaced by a fiercely protective mother. Kate was described as being absolutely livid, with one palace aide saying, "I've never seen her like that." It wasn't just about the insult. It was the disdain, the sense of entitlement, and the shocking audacity that someone from Camilla's circle thought they could speak to Charlotte like that without consequence. Kate quickly guided Charlotte away from the gathering, asserting firm authority. Those close to the situation believe a private confrontation followed, which sent waves of shock through the palace staff. Kate reportedly wanted to have a private conversation with Camilla, away from the public eye. However, Camilla, not fully grasping the gravity of the situation, tried to dismiss it, labeling it as children being children. She added, "We mustn't be so sensitive about playground squabbles." This response only angered Kate further, with two staff members close to the situation saying she reacted with icy fury. Kate made it clear that this was not the first time one of Camilla's grandchildren had been disrespectful and that the latest incident was intolerable. She warned Camilla that if the matter wasn't addressed, there would be consequences, stating, "This isn't just about Charlotte, it's about respect, and your family clearly doesn't understand what that means." Kate wasn't alone in her anger. Princess Anne, who had quietly disagreed with the situation, allegedly sided with Kate and reportedly told aides, "You protect your children no matter what titles they hold. No child deserves that treatment." It was a subtle but pointed criticism of Camilla's failure to take responsibility for the incident. Kate's reaction wasn't loud or public. Instead, she made her feelings known to those who mattered most: William, the senior staff, and the monarch himself. Her message was clear: "If you don't defend my daughter, I will, and I'll never forget those who stood by and did nothing." Behind the palace walls, Kate has always been admired for her composed demeanor, but on that day, the staff witnessed something different: a fierce mother protecting her child. In that moment, any hope that Camilla's family could join the royal fold alongside the future queen's children faded. Kate's actions weren't just about safeguarding Charlotte's feelings. She was securing her family's position in royal history. Prince William, known for his diplomatic approach, typically focuses on the bigger picture. However, when it came to his children, particularly Princess Charlotte, diplomacy took a back seat. The morning after the incident, with the palace still buzzing with news of Charlotte's tears and Kate's quiet fury, William held a private meeting with his senior staff at Kensington Palace. The meeting was serious, with William laying out the events in great detail. His displeasure wasn't just about Charlotte's treatment, it was also about Camilla's family's ongoing overreach, benefiting from royal proximity without taking on any royal duties. In a shocking move, William issued a direct order. Camilla's granddaughter, believed to be Eliza Lopez, would no longer enjoy honorary royal privileges. She would be removed from ceremonial guest lists, barred from attending royal events, and her palace privileges revoked. Moreover, any informal references to her as a junior royal in official documents or staff protocols would be erased immediately. William's decision wasn't just daring, it was unprecedented. He clarified that this wasn't a personal attack on the child, but a necessary defense of the royal standards, saying, "Royalty is earned through service and duty, not through marriage, and certainly not through entitlement." He ended with a powerful statement that resonated throughout the palace: "No one, no matter whose granddaughter they are, gets to mistreat my daughter and remain part of this institution." Although the palace tried to keep William's decision under wraps, royal reporters quickly caught wind of the story, and within 48 hours, headlines spread across the tabloids. Public reaction was swift and overwhelmingly supportive. People on social media hailed William for standing up for Charlotte, with some saying, "That girl isn't a queen. Why was she treated like one?" Even traditional royalists, who usually steer clear of family drama, acknowledged that William's decision was both necessary and courageous. While Camilla seethed, she couldn't fight the public's overwhelming support for William. King Charles, once again, remained silent, unwilling to criticize the son who would one day succeed him. William's actions weren't just a reaction to a family slight. They marked a clear delineation of the modern monarchy. He emphasized that royal authority must be earned, not inherited by association. And in doing so, he reaffirmed that the House of Windsor belongs to the future, and he is determined to ensure it remains worthy of his daughter. Camilla, on the other hand, felt utterly powerless. For the first time since becoming queen consort, she felt that her influence was slipping away. According to insiders, she erupted with rage upon learning of William's decision to strip her granddaughter of her royal privileges. She confronted Charles, demanding he issue a public statement retracting his decision, but the king refused, reportedly saying, "It's been done. It's receiving too much attention now. Interfering would only make it worse." Camilla, devastated, felt betrayed not only by William but by Charles as well. She believed Charles' silence was the ultimate form of abandonment. Camilla's anger wasn't just directed at William. She reportedly blamed Kate for orchestrating the entire situation, accusing her of being manipulative and playing both sides. "She's playing you all," Camilla allegedly told a close friend. "Smiles in public, knives in private. That girl will take down anyone who threatens her place." The tension between Camilla and Kate, which had long simmered beneath the surface, boiled over. Camilla, the scandal survivor trying to claw her way to the throne, and Kate, the future queen adored by the public, were now openly at odds. As whispers of the garden incident spread, public support for Charlotte only grew stronger. The British public rallied behind the young princess, recognizing her as a symbol of innocence betrayed. In this moment, the monarchy's future was not just about tradition and titles, but about standing up for what is right. William, unmoved by the backlash, remained steadfast in his resolve, protecting his daughter and, in doing so, ensuring that the monarchy would always be about service, not entitlement. The hashtag Harshan privilege quickly gained traction on social media platforms like X, TikTok, and Instagram, with viral videos comparing Princess Charlotte's poised public appearances to the entitlement displayed by Camilla's granddaughter. Royal enthusiasts began to juxtapose the behavior of William and Kate's children with that of Camilla's family, contrasting their grace and discipline with the perceived arrogance of Camilla's relatives. One tweet summed it up by asking, "Who does Camilla's granddaughter think she is?" The backlash was swift and harsh, with comment sections on royal posts turning into battlegrounds. Even longtime royal supporters, who had previously backed Camilla's role in the monarchy, began to question why her family was given special privileges. Suddenly, long quiet concerns were being voiced. Why were the Shan family attending state events? Why did non-royals have access to palace resources? And most damning of all, why had the palace protected them for so long? Public opinion shifted dramatically, with a survey taken shortly after the incident revealing that 83% of respondents supported William's decision to revoke Camilla's granddaughter's honorary royal privileges. Even more telling, nearly 70% of people believe the monarchy should restrict royal access to those with direct bloodlines. For Camilla's family, this was a public relations disaster. Camilla's previous protection, thanks to her status and Charles's backing, no longer shielded them from scrutiny. Eliza, once seen as the face of a modern, blended royal family, had become a symbol of what many saw as royal nepotism. Meanwhile, Kate's quiet response became her most powerful tool. She refrained from public comment, interviews, or veiled remarks. Instead, she continued her royal duties, visiting a children's hospice, speaking with young mothers, and launching a mental health campaign. Each public appearance showed her calm demeanor, her comforting gestures toward Charlotte, and her serene yet composed smile. Kate's actions spoke louder than words, and she had already won the public's favor. Public figures, including television hosts, radio presenters, and parenting experts, all rallied behind Charlotte's right to be protected. One commentator on a primetime panel remarked, "If your child is bullied, you intervene." William, like any father, acted in defense of his child, but he did so on a national stage, and for that, he received widespread praise. Behind the scenes, there was a subtle but significant shift. Staff previously loyal to Camilla's household began requesting redeployment to Kensington Palace. Journalists who had once supported Camilla turned their focus to Kate's grace and William's decisive leadership. The issue had transcended family drama. It had become a defining moment for the monarchy. The message was unmistakable. Royalty isn't a privilege to be inherited or acquired by association. Entitlement has no place in the monarchy's future. After the dust settled, it was clear that Princess Charlotte, despite her tears, had emerged as a silent victor in a struggle she never asked for, but one she would never forget. This wasn't about titles or access. It was about respect, protection, and the monarchy's future. Prince William's bold stance revealed that the days of quiet suffering and behind-the-scenes favoritism were over. Kate, calm, composed, and resolute, reminded the world that she's more than just the Princess of Wales. She's at the heart of the monarchy's regeneration. Meanwhile, Camilla's carefully constructed legacy began to crumble. Her long journey from notorious mistress to queen consort had relied on public tolerance and the silent belief that her family would smoothly integrate into royal life. That illusion has now shattered. Her granddaughter's exclusion from royal events is more than a punishment, it's a clear message. There's a distinction between those who honor the crown through service and those who expect royal privileges. By association, for once, the royal family did not turn a blind eye. They acted with clarity and consequences. King Charles, though neutral, tacitly acknowledged the shift through his silence. While the throne remains his kingdom's loyalty is slipping with each scandal. William and Kate's presence in the public eye only grows stronger, and their hold on public imagination solidifies. The monarchy is evolving, and the lesson is clear. In this new era, lineage is no longer enough. Loyalty, character, and public trust matter more than ever. Princess Charlotte, with her poise and calm beyond her years, has unintentionally become the face of the future. Meanwhile, Camilla, once confident in her family's place in the royal fold, now watches as it cracks under the weight of consequence. The monarchy is changing, and the next generation has made it clear that there will be no more second chances for those who seek privilege without principle.